We don't just make sounds with our words, they shape our world. Think about this. Each word you speak is a stroke on the painting of your life. Are you making a masterpiece, or are you building a jail of fear and self-doubt? When you talk, you don't just explain the world around you, you start to make it. What if changing the way you talk to yourself and other people could completely change your life? It sounds like magic, but it's actually science. And this science could change your life in ways you can't even imagine yet. And here's the thing. Most people don't know this. But you are different, yes. You're here because you know it deep down. You have power over the words you use every day. It's time to use that power. The science behind what we say and what happens. You put a tiny seed in the rich soil of your subconscious with every word you say to yourself and every sentence you whisper. The idea that language and mindset are connected isn't just a nice thought, it's a deep fact supported by science. Neuro-linguistic programming, NLP, research shows that the words you use can change the way your brain works and modify how the world sees and handles you. The cool thing is that your brain is always listening. No matter what you say, "I'll never be good enough," or "I can learn and grow." Your mind doesn't question it. It just takes it as an order and changes your beliefs to match. Take a look. When was the last time you were mean to yourself? Did your energy drop or your shoulders slouch? In this process, your brain turns words into feelings, feelings into actions, and actions into results. Over time, hearing these words over and over again builds neural paths in your brain. It's like making grooves in a record. The more you play the same song, the deeper the grooves get, and eventually your brain will play that song on its own. In the neuroscience study, Do Words Hurt? Maria Richter and other scientists watched how people's brains responded to hearing and imagining bad words. During this process, they found that words that are painful or negative make implicit thinking stronger in the subgenual anterior cingulate cortex. Additionally, a study discovered that kids who had more worry also talked badly to themselves more often. The abstract of the study says, "These results suggest that negative self-talk plays a role in making or keeping normal children anxious." To put it simply, their study showed that negative words make people release hormones that cause worry and anxiety. Of course, the fact that thinking negative thoughts is enough to make our bodies release stress and anxiety hormones makes us wonder, what effect do positive thoughts have? A neuroscientist at Thomas Jefferson University named Dr. Andrew Newberg and a communications expert named Mark Robert Waldman wrote a book together called Words Can Change Your Brain. In it, they say, a single word has the power to change the expression of genes that regulate physical and emotional stress. These two experts also say that thinking positive thoughts can truly change one's reality. The frontal lobes of your brain become more active when you think of a good word. There are language centers in this area that link directly to the motor cortex, which is in charge of moving you. And our study has shown that positive words start to change other parts of the brain the longer you focus on them. Waldman and Newberg. If you think positively over time, functions in the parietal brain start to change. This changes how we see ourselves and the people around us as a result. Basically, believing good things about ourselves trains our brains to see the good in other people. Words that come true on their own. Every word you speak is like a tiny wave in the ocean of your life. These waves will finally shape your future. Think about this. When you say, "I can't," it's not just a thought. You're telling your mind to stop working and give up. Suddenly, a door creaks open when you change the frame to, "I'll try." Like a devoted servant, your brain starts to look for answers, ways to make that try possible. This isn't just motivating nonsense. It's the study of how predictions come true. There is a difference between seeing obstacles as walls and seeing them as stepping stones. Think about people whose lives changed when they changed the way they talked about their problems. A student who was having trouble and said, "I'm not good at math," stayed stuck. But as soon as they said, "I'm learning math," their brains took on the task, they felt more confident, and their grades went up. Or think about someone who keeps losing jobs and telling themselves, "It never works out for me." That bad mood isn't just a feeling. It shapes how they see the world and keeps them from seeing possibilities. Turn the story around now. Someone else says, "This is hard, but I'll figure it out." That change doesn't just mean being positive. It makes a new world where hard work and chance thrive. Let's look into expression and the law of attraction in more depth. It's not magic, it's harmony. When you say, "I am building a successful life," you are directing your attention to that sentence. You see chances you might have missed. You draw into your life people and situations that help you reach your goals. But let's be honest, words won't make your dreams come true by themselves. You can't just say, "I want success," and it will come to you. Like growing a seed and taking good care of it, your words need to be backed up by actions. It's belief that starts the fire, but effort that keeps it going. Energy and matter. The energy in your words is like a force that shapes the universe. Are your words drawing magic to you or away from you? Every word you say has energy that sends waves into the world that we can't see. These waves don't just go away. They connect with, pull toward, or away from the forces around you, making the world you live in. Words are like magic. Every word you say has a frequency that can build or break, lift or lower. When you say, "I can do this," you connect with the energy of possibility, which makes chances come your way. But when you say, "It never works out for me," you build a wall of resistance that keeps the things you want from coming to you. What you say is more than just sounds. It sets the tone for your life. Think about this for a moment. Scientists have shown that sound can change matter. Sound waves can make complicated shapes in the sand, make water ripple, and even change how people feel. Now think about the words you use every day. Each one has its own rhythm and flows through your life. When you talk with love, gratitude, and purpose, you send out a positive energy that attracts people with the same frequencies. But if you talk negatively, with anger, or out of fear, you send out an energy that turns away connection and wealth. A long time ago, people thought that chants, mantras, and affirmations could make things happen by connecting with universal energies. We might not call it magic anymore, but the idea behind it is still the same. Focusing your words on what you want to make happen makes your energy stronger and brings in forces that support your goal. This isn't about making wishes come true. It's about being aware of the energy you give off. You, who is reading this right now, your words are the key to all the possibilities in the world. Your energy is your magic, so be smart about how you use it. Real-life examples of how language shapes reality. What if the words you speak could change the course of your life? Language changes the world and your future. Your life can be changed by the words you use, and it all starts with the stories you tell yourself. Allow me to give you a personal experience. I used to worry and criticize myself all the time, telling myself things like, "I'm not good enough to do this," or "Why would anyone care about what I have to say?" As expected, my deeds matched what I said. I was afraid to take chances and stayed small because my words put up walls around me. Everything changed, though, when I chose to change my story. I started to say, "I'm getting bigger. My voice is important. I will make a difference." It felt weird at first, like I was telling myself lies. But as time went on, I saw something amazing. Those words made me brave. They changed how I focused, and slowly, my actions changed too. The walls came down, and chances started to show up. It wasn't that the world changed, but that the way I talked about it did. It's not just my story. A lot of people in history used words to change not only their own lives, but also the whole world. Imagine Martin Luther King Jr. saying, "I have a dream," in front of a huge crowd. Those 4 words weren't just a dream, they were a call to action that changed society and brought people together. Or Steve Jobs, who told his Apple employees over and over, "We're here to make a dent in the universe." It wasn't just empty words. That idea led to the invention that still affects our lives today. Their words weren't empty. They made people believe, which led to constant action. Even words that don't seem important can cause huge changes. Someone once left a review on one of my videos, saying that they always felt like they failed, and said, "I'll never be good at anything." That phrase was changed to, "I'm discovering what I'm good at," after they learned about the power of language. It sounded easy, but it opened the door to a curious instead of hopeless way of thinking. After a year, they got back in touch. They were doing well in their job, and even helping other people who were feeling stuck. Now think about your own life. How often do you talk about your problems in a bad way? What if you said, "I'm figuring this out," instead of "I can't handle this"? You didn't say, "I always fail." You said, "I learn every step." Small changes like these aren't just about being positive. They're also about building momentum. You are not just a bystander in your own life. You wrote your own story. You can pick words right now that will help you move forward, break chains, and build bridges to the life you want. Plant the right things. It might sound impossible, but your world will change over time to match what you write. Because of this, it's very important to choose the words you use carefully and to speak in ways that encourage and boost, rather than those that diminish and flatten. The truth is that we have a lot more power than we think to make things better. To use that power, you must first become aware of the times you use what psychologists call out-of-power words. That's why I'm going to show you 5 ways to speak more strongly. These will boost your confidence, make you more influential, and help you get what you want and change what you don't want. 1. Think about what you want. What you pay attention to grows. So focusing on the bad things about your situation, like what you can't do or what you don't want, will only make them worse, making you feel worse and taking your energy and attention away from doing something good. If you want more time, don't talk about how busy and time poor you are. Instead, talk about the important things you will fit into your day, week, and year. Don't talk about how big your problems are. Instead, talk about your goals and what you're doing to deal with them. If you want more power and influence, don't complain about how no one takes you seriously or how powerful people abuse their position. Instead, talk about what you'll do with the power you already have. 2. Say you're committed. Use words that sound both committed and hopeful. Say, "I will," instead of "I'll try." We might still be trying if President Kennedy had said, "Let's try to get a man on the moon." When you commit to a task with a confident, "I can do this" attitude, it changes your energy and helps rally people around you in a way that trying and "let's hope for the best" thinking will never. 3. Don't use absolutes. It can be dangerous and take away your power to use words like always, never, and impossible. If you say something is impossible, you'll never be able to do it. It doesn't mean you can't do something because you've never done it before. Putting less value on your opinion doesn't help anyone and robs everyone of the worth that your point of view brings. 4. Don't say sorry before giving your view. The term double voice discourse was made up by psychologists to describe when people say something before they say it to avoid getting a bad response. I know I may have this all wrong, and I'm sorry if anyone disagrees, But I was thinking, maybe, I don't think it's a big surprise that women are 4 times more likely than men to do this. Women tend to doubt themselves more and back themselves less. If that's you, stop it. Putting less value on your opinion doesn't help anyone and robs everyone of the worth that your point of view brings. 5. Labels that limit labels can be helpful, but they can also make you feel like you can only be a certain way, which can set you up for failure. Something like, just because you're lazy sometimes doesn't mean you have to be lazy. You're not a failure just because you failed at something. Even though you haven't been good at managing your money so far, that doesn't mean you can't learn how to do better. Of course, you can't just stop thinking and speaking the way you normally do overnight. Neuroscientists, on the other hand, have found that you can rewire your brain and change negative thought and behavior habits into positive ones with practice. It includes how you talk. If you make a mistake, don't be hard on yourself or call yourself a lost cause. People like that need to stop saying things like that. Instead, recognize that you make mistakes and shift your attention to what you can and do want to do. Some words are dark magicians. Words have power over you. You can get away, though. Get your mind back by following these steps. Language is strong, so strong that it can be used to trick and control people. What other people say about you shapes your world, not just what you say. When politicians, leaders, and marketers use language to sway people, they can twist the truth and change people's feelings. So to speak, dark magicians use carefully chosen words to plant ideas, cause fear, and change beliefs, all while making it look like you're in charge. The truth is that you can stop being manipulated. The first thing? Being aware. Think about the news, social media posts, and ads that you see and hear every day. How often do words that aren't your own affect the way you talk? Words like crisis, emergency, and limited time offer aren't just phrases. They're ways to make people feel scared or rushed. When your emotions are constantly high, you're more likely to make choices based on your behavior than on what you think about them. This is how words can be used to control you without you even realizing it. But you don't have no power. You can take a step back, pause, and decide how to react. Starting to take back control of your thoughts and words means questioning everything you hear. When you get a lot of information, ask yourself, does this help you or hurt you? What do you think these words are really trying to say? When someone says something that makes you feel small, scared, or unimportant, know that it is an attempt to make you feel that way. You have the power to reject it and replace it with things that make you feel good and are in line with your true purpose. Imagine if you could use words like a magician does, but not to control other people, but to change your own life. You build a strong shield around yourself when you talk with purpose, clarity, and confidence. The words you use become your shield, keeping you safe from outside effects and giving you the power to make your dreams come true. You are the chosen one, not because of something outside of you, but because you can control your words, which are the most important thing you have. So, I dare you. Start paying more attention to the language you hear and speak today. Pick words that describe the kind of person you want to be, and question the ones that try to put you in your place. You have the power to get away. Get your mind, words, and life back now. People who hear your words are also changed by them. So, I want to know what effect your words have. Each word you say is like a rock being thrown into a still pond. The waves affect everyone around you, not just you. Have you ever thought about how a kind word or a careless comment can make someone's whole day better? Or how it can stay with them for years? When you speak, you have a lot of power over your life and the lives of those you touch. Think about the people you love most. Family, friends, and co-workers. How you talk to them can either lift them up or bring them down, give them hope or make them doubt themselves. I will always remember when my teacher told me, "You have something unique to share with the world." I remembered those words. It wasn't just words of support. They built my confidence and gave me the drive to follow my dreams, even when the road seemed uncertain. Aside from that, I've also been hurt by mean words that made me doubt myself and question my worth. You might have too. Someone's words may have made you stronger or weaker. And it's not just with friends and family. Think about the cashier you deal with, the stranger you see on the street, or even the people watching this movie. Even if you don't see the impact, the words you use have an effect on their lives. Well-known people like Maya Angelou really got this. She said things like, "People will forget what you said, but they will never forget how you made them feel." These lines tell us that language is more than just a way to talk to each other. It's also a way to connect. Imagine the change we could make as a group if we worked on our inner dialogue and used more helpful words with each other and ourselves. We now know how deeply words can change your thoughts, actions, and in the end, the life you live. The words you speak right now are making your future. It's not written in the stars or locked in a faraway fate. The tongue has the power to live and die, says the Bible. This truth has always been true. Every word you speak is like a seed, and the crop you get will show you whether you spoke words of hope or hate. You can change the words in your story today so that they are more positive, give you more power, and lead you to the future you want. I want you to try something. For the next week, really pay attention to the words you use. Take note of how often you say, "I can't," "I'm not good enough," or "This will never work out." Change those words to ones that are positive and powerful, and watch how your thoughts and the world around you start to change. We're not just trying this out for fun, it's a strong chance to change things. You write your own story. Have a great week. Remember that the words you use are like seeds that grow into a garden in your life. Think about what you say before you speak it, and then watch as those words take root and grow into the future you want. You can make your life what you want it to be, and it starts with the words you use. Right now, you are the one who was picked. You are only a few words away from the future you want. I want to hear from you now. Just think about the words you want to say over your life. Feel free to leave your ideas, stories, or affirmations below. Tell me about how you're shaping your future with words. Let's work together to make a place that is encouraging and inspiring.